If you look at electricity, and I think it's probably almost logical, renewables are expected to account for between 80 and 90% of global power generation. So renewables become a very, very important part of our thinking, or have become a very, very important part of our thinking in terms of the metals that we need to mine to ensure that we can deliver on our purpose. Renewables are projected to dominate, and their share is expected to double from 30 to 60% in the next 15 years. The majority of growth is expected from solar and onshore wind, given the declining costs in those energy applications. Thermal generation, especially gas, is expected to continue meeting baseload requirements. And in the future, we believe that nuclear will also play a very important part of baseload generation. So that's the broad landscape that is changing and is necessary to ensure that the angry planet grey elephant is addressed. I hope you understand that social issues will predominantly drive well ahead of environmental issues in terms of the selection of products. So let me move on to another interesting area where we are well positioned, and it's the area of multipolarity. And what you are seeing is this incredible divide between the East and the West, and with ever increasing tensions, making it almost impossible to bridge the gap between both the East and the West. What we have chosen to do is be a company that is Western facing, very consciously so, taking advantage of this increasing regulation that's being promoted to establish regional value chains. And of course, it's important in terms of lowering our geographical risk by not having a predominant position only in South Africa. We are looking to grow our exposure in the Western world, and in fact provide a solution for opening up Africa's mineral wealth. So let's have a look at that. So we are well positioned in the Western world ecosystems, predominantly in North America. You can see, and you will hear more about the Rhyolite Ridge lithium project in the USA. We are benefiting today from the Inflation Reduction Act, and we have received supportive loans up to a conditional loan up to $700 million for the Rhyolite Ridge project. We are well positioned in Europe as well. We've got our Sandouville nickel refinery in France. As you know, that was purchased with a view to converting it into a nickel sulfate plant. Some of our thinking is now taking us past a conversion into nickel sulfate and going straight to PCAM, including the recycling of batteries in that plant. We won't say much more about it other than probably early next year we will have better indications of the ability to jump the production of nickel sulfate. That's really class-leading thinking in terms of the downstream battery markets. We also have an investment in Verkor, and that's an alignment with the French battery market ecosystem. We receive a lot of support from the governments of North America, France, and in fact Finland. Coming on to Finland, we acquired our stake in the Keliber lithium project. It is a world-class project, ideally positioned in Europe. The Finnish government is our partner through the Finnish Minerals Group. It's not a coincidence that we are focused on Europe and North America. As I've said, I want to make it clear. We're a Western-facing company, and our aim is to provide solutions to the Western world for these critical minerals. Just last comment is Africa is clearly an underexplored continent. It's well endowed, and it is currently, let's say, positioned between the East and the West. And I dare say there's a real tug of war taking place. We have put up our hand to deliver these African opportunities to the Western world. As you know, we are all, it's well known, we are looking to be successful in Zambia on the Mopani Copper Project. But I think Africa is going to become a very important continent with lots of opportunity. We are Africans, and this is in our backyard. And as I say, I think we can provide solutions to the Western world in terms of responsibly bringing these resources to account.